You know how fast you were going?
What? How fast you were going?
I don't know. 10?
8.
Be advised, this is an explicit podcast. If you're easily offended, get your panties twisted into a knot. Leave now. Run in your safe space. Get your little cloth for your tears. All the opinions expressed on this podcast are those of the host and his guest and do not reflect the opinions of any local or government agency. Welcome to Motor Cop Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Iceman. Let's get the housekeeping out the way. First off is our Clubhouse Patreon members with big Mr. Hoppy Hopperson, our truck driving friend. We have Christopher DeMars. We have Z Palmer, Miss Lauren Stimpson, Roy S. Don't ever mistake Roy S for Roy P. Roy S is our race car driver. A favorite girl from down under, JoJo. We have Kaylee Norris, Natasha A. up in the great state of Washington. And we have the OG member, Melissa Holstein. We appreciate and love all our Patreons. Except for Chad Jenga. We don't love him. Cheap bastard. But yeah, just picking on him. Christmas time coming up. If you like a cigar or want to give a great cigar as a gift, go to mypatriotcigar.com. Use MotorCop15 as the promo code. MotorCop15, and that will get you 15% off your entire order. If you order $100 or more, you get free shipping. So go check out mypatriotcigar.com. If you ever want any, go check out the new webpage, www.motorcopchronicles.com. It also has links in the bottom to all the social media, the Etsy store, all that stuff like that. So you can go follow us there. Send likes and reviews. It helps. All of it helps. Every little bit helps. If you leave a 5-star review on Apple, I'll definitely shout it out. Go like and review the page if you're watching live shows and stuff like that. Hit them little bells so you'll know when I do go live, because I do live sometimes just doing escorts or sometimes just driving home on a motorcycle. So if you're going to join up with us on that, please do. Other than that, we're just going to, I usually do these news stories like on a live show, but it's late. Figure we're just going to talk about them so the audio people don't have to say, what the hell are they talking about on some of the pictures and stuff. This first story I'm going to talk about here is, it's totally messed up. And, seriously pisses me off really, really bad. Just happened just a few days ago. They had a DOTD worker who was a retired Baton Rouge City cop who got murdered. And he was like one of the like motorist assistant people, stuff like that. And it's just, it's messed up. Motor assistance people just go to help people. And this man, I think, was 74 years old, retired Baton Rouge City cop. We'll listen to the news story. Here we go.
And tonight we're working to learn more about the man accused of stabbing that DOTD worker to death yesterday.
State police say 31-year-old Ruben Dorado was shot and killed by deputies when he refused to stop the attack on Guillory. News 2's Bess Casterly reports.
I can't explain this. This can't be explained.
Following the stabbing death of a state roadside assistance worker, DOTD Secretary Sean Wilson says they're looking into additional safety precautions for their employees, but isn't sure what that will look like.
You know, their protection really is retroreflective gear. It's hard toe shoes. It's a hard hat, depending on where they are. It's their truck. It's the attenuator. It's the cones. Those are the things that they use to protect themselves. And we're going to assess to see what else could be done to ensure that they're safe. I don't know the answer to that yet. And it's just disappointing that we're now going into a whole different direction of public safety.
State police say Miami resident Ruben Dorado attacked and killed 66-year-old Daryl Guillory on the side of I-10 yesterday. Guillory, who worked for the Motorist Assistance Program, had pulled over near the 415 exit to help Dorado, who for reasons unknown began stabbing Guillory with a screwdriver. Dorado was shot and killed by a sheriff's deputy when he refused to stop the attack. Though Guillory was a retired police sergeant, as a map driver, Wilson says he wasn't adequately prepared for this sort of danger.
You can't control these things. You can't.
All right. That'll piss you off right there that, you know, we'll probably never have a reason why he attacked him with a screwdriver and killed him. This man, like I said, this man dedicated his entire life, even retirement, to public service, helping people, and to be taken out like that by some just piece of shit dirtbag for no reason. I'm sure the family or whatever, oh, he had mental issues or he had this. They'll make 100 excuses up in the world of why, you know, this piece of shit did that. I don't want to hear their damn excuses. If he was that mental, why the fuck were you letting him drive across, you know, from Miami to here? It's not like it's around the corner. So I don't want to hear no excuses. He's a piece of shit. Killed this man that stopped to try to help him because he thought he was broke down. What a horrific way to go. Right before the holidays, right before Thanksgiving, this family is going to have to bury this man that has done nothing in his entire life but help people. I'm happy that they ventilated this piece of shit. I hope they pumped him full of so many freaking holes. It was ridiculous. I hope they unloaded a mag on him. Oh, I'm not going to be political. I'm getting ready, you know, y'all know where I'm about to go. And I hope, you know, that wherever he is burning in hell, I hope the devil is fucking him in the ass with a big spike, with his big fucking spiky devil dick. Just ripping the shit out of his asshole. And I hope it hurts every fucking single day for eternity on this piece of shit. Because, I mean, there's no excuse. To me, there's no excuse. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear the family boo-hooing, yang or anything else like that. There's no excuse. Sorry. I feel sorry for this old man. I feel sorry for his family. I don't feel sorry for the family or the bad guy person, because obviously something's fucked up. So they did a little memorial thing where he ate lunch a lot and stuff like that. Hell, I've probably ran into this man because I travel a lot, work a lot on the interstate system and stuff like that, and there's a good chance I've met this man before. I mean, he's just out there trying to help. He gets stabbed with a screwdriver. Was he's going to get to the point where they're not going to go out and help unless they have a police escort with them? Kind of negates the point of having motorist assistance, don't it? Damn upside down world. Next, this happened in Ascension Parish. A mom and daughter got arrested at an Ascension Parish gas station over a shooting from a fight they went looking for around Dutchtown. We've been hearing a lot about Dutchtown lately. Yeah, that's a small community. A woman and her adult daughter, now here's our favorite word, everybody, allegedly went into the Ascension Parish gas station looking to fight someone before what happened? Gunfire happens. That's what happens because motherfuckers can't fist fight no more. The sheriff's office said there just Thursday, this past Thursday, that a 40-year-old Rasha Pointer, 40-year-old woman now, and a 21-year-old Rashana Pointer, mother and daughter, both from the great city of Baton Rouge, go figure. They're both facing charges. They also had a small child with them when they went up there and did this. Rashana, or however you say her name, turned herself in Thursday, and they arrested her mom on Monday. The sheriff's office said more arrests are possible. The shooting happened shortly after 6 p.m. on a Tuesday in a parking lot along Old Jefferson Highway, just south of the interstate. The two reportedly went to the gas station planning to fight with another group of women. Risha allegedly pulled out a gun during the brawl and started shooting, hitting another woman multiple times. The daughter was booked with principal to attempted second-degree murder, principal to illegal use of a weapon, 2 counts of principal to aggravated damage to property, simple battery, disturbing of peace, and child desertion. Her mother, setting a great example for her daughter and her grandchild, was booked for attempted second-degree murder, illegal use of weapons, 2 counts of aggravated damage to property, simple battery, disturbing of peace, and child desertion. Also, don't give a bond amount or anything like that. But I don't know. What do you say? Family that kills together stays together. I think I've said that before. I mean, come on. Mom and daughter, and you're going to go out over probably what? Over what? That's what I want to know. What was worth trying to kill somebody over? A man? Some drugs? She disrespected you? What? I guarantee you wasn't. And you had a child there with you. You're going to pull out a gun and just start shooting. The world we living in right now. World we living in. At least nobody not involved didn't get shot. Nobody died. That's what I think's funny is recently the mayor and stuff in Baton Rouge are like, excuse me. They made a comment recently. Oh, well, the murder rate's down this year. Yeah, the murder rate may be down. It's murder. Why don't we count the amount of people that have been shot that did not die and see if that numbers went down or up? Because I'm not a betting man because I don't like gambling, but I'd put some money down on that. Because I guarantee a number of people that have been shot and not died has went through the roof. We're just lucky enough these motherfuckers don't hit what they're shooting at and aren't accurate with their bullets. That's the only thing we're lucky about. On to the next one. This is a whole 14-year-old kid now. He's just indicted on a murder charge that happened back in January. We probably talked about it. This was in Plaquemine, Louisiana. A 14-year-old was indicted on murder charges Monday for killing a 17-year-old back in January. 17-year-old Tremont McGinnis was found shot inside his Plaquemine home and taken to a hospital where he later died. The parents said they heard a loud noise in the night but weren't sure what time. Around 4:30 a.m., his father left home from work and saw his child laying on the couch and assumed he was sleeping, which most parents would. Later that day, the 14-year-old Levante Riley was detained and questioned about the crime. More than 10 months later, a grand jury charged Riley with second-degree murder, illegal possession of a weapon, and obstruction of justice. Of course, they haven't released a picture of him because he's a juvenile. I do not know if they're going to try this little murdering bastard as an adult or not. But if you're shooting and killing people while they're laying down sleeping at 14 years old, you're a cold-hearted fucking killer. At 14, we just better hope they keep him locked up for a long, long time because he's going to kill other people or possibly more. So it's 14 years old. What kind of raising? What do you think the parents are raising? What are these parents teaching them or parent? Who knows? What are you teaching your kids? You're not raising them. Obviously, you're not doing it right. And I know. Sometimes you can be the best parents in the world, and kids still turn out bad. But that can happen. But the majority of them don't. We have all these kids out here committing these heinous murders and attempted murders and stuff like that. They're not being raised correctly. That's my opinion anyway. All right, let's head back into Baton Rouge. This, believe it or not, you can't even go eat pizza in peace anymore. This happened at a Chuck E. Cheese on Segan Lane in Baton Rouge over an alleged credit card theft. The police responded to a fight at Chuck E. Cheese on Segan Lane after two parties got into an argument. And one person said they were going to get a gun. Because how do we solve problems now? Do we solve them with our fists? Do we solve problems by sitting down and having a discussion like adults could do? Nope. We discuss stuff with lead now. Because in this society, we don't know how to fucking talk to each other no more. According to the sources, the fight started when one person stole another person's credit card. One of the parties told the other they were going to come back with a gun. Police were called and the situation was under control. It was unclear if anyone was arrested. It's really first thing I'm going to get a gun. Okay. First, let's say this first. How about we don't steal people's stuff? Because thieves are just low-life pieces of shit. Stop taking shit that's not yours. But you know what? Your first instinct shouldn't, especially in a place, that probably was filled up with kids, because it's Chuck E. Cheese. I mean, come on. A grown person don't say, hey, it's our first day. You want to go to Chuck E. Cheese? No, you don't. It's a kid's place. So, and then you're going to say you're going to go get a gun in this place filled up with kids. What happened if the other person would have had a gun and said, oh, no, you're not, and pulled out a gun and started shooting with all these kids in there? Fucking stupid. Stop stealing. Stop shooting. I mean, it's asinine. People are fucking asinine. This happened. We're going back to Ascension Parish. Police identified a suspect on the run after Gonzales shooting that left a high schooler dead. Police are asking for the public's help to find a suspect involved in the shooting death of a high school senior outside of Gonzales gas station last week. I believe we talked about it. According to Gonzales Police Department, Jamal Holloway, Mal is his, or Mal, or however you say it, is his street name, I guess, is wanted for his involvement in the murder of a 17-year-old. The shooting happened November the 11th, just outside the Fuel Smart on South Burnside Avenue. Darville was shot when he was caught in the middle of a brawl between two groups of juveniles that started with a social media feud, because that just fucking stupid. Officer said he was not involved in the fight, but he was trying to mediate. So he was trying to sound like break up the fight, tell him to stop fighting or whatever. And police also said Holloway is known to frequent the Bishop Woods area of Gonzales. Anyone with information to the whereabouts of Jamal Holloway is urged to contact the Gonzales Police Department at 225-621-8300. Sure, there's a reward. If we were live, I'd show you a picture of him. They do have a picture of a Jamal. And he's just, it's fucking high school kids, man. High school kids. 17-year-old dead. And this kid sounded like he was trying to do the right thing and possibly break up the fight. And what did he get? He gets murked for it. Of course, you know, Mr. Big Bad Shooter, man, he's out, he's running around. Turn yourself in, man. Because, I mean, you're going to get caught eventually. Or don't turn yourself in. Keep going on to do what you're doing. And when the police do catch up with you and you know, go to arrest you, you know, make a mistake and point the gun at them. Save the taxpayers some money. But no, you're not going to do that. Probably because you're a pussy. So, yeah, I said it. Yeah, let's go on to the next one. Because here in good old Louisiana, we love shooting each other. We love killing each other. This is 2 people got arrested after a 13-year-old was shot and killed. 13 years old. Now, I do know what's happened in this story. This was not on purpose. This was an accidental shooting. The problem was, when you're shooting guns, you're responsible for that bullet. You're responsible for every bullet that comes out of that gun. It's just the way it is. So, from what I understand, let me get back to the story. My finger hit it. This happened in New Roads, Louisiana. 2 men got arrested after a 13-year-old boy was struck and killed by a stray bullet while they were out target practicing. The Point Capee Sheriff's Office said the incident happened around 5 p.m. on the Mississippi River levee. The 13-year-old was riding his four-wheeler on the levee when he was hit by a stray bullet from Quentin Leonard's second 31 and Donnell Francis Jr. 33, who were sighting in rifles. See, what I understand on this is they were shooting. They were down by the river. And they were shooting at the levee. They turned around and shooting at the levee instead of shooting towards the water. Most people don't realize, unfortunately, how bullets will work. We have actually some training I've done in the past when I was SWAT and stuff like that. We had some old vehicles that we used to shoot up and stuff. They would put like balloons and shit on the opposite side underneath the car, and you basically had to shoot at the ground and like kind of ricochet the bullet off to go underneath the car just to show that you could do it. When we're going down walls, if you're going like especially a school or house, you see them in the movies, hugging the wall. You want to stay at least, about 6 inches. 6 to 8 inches off of the wall while you're going to where you're moving down the hallway. Why? If a bad guy reaches out and shoots down at that bullet can ricochet and travel right down that wall. And if you're right up against the wall, you could get hit. Anyway, instead of being turned around, shooting towards the water, which would have been much safer for them, they would turn around shooting at the levee they thought they were using the levee itself as like a berm, like if you had a fire, like a dirt berm. Problem was, the kid was going by, from what I understand, riding his four-wheeler. He heard, I guess, I don't know why he stopped or whatever, but they were shooting at the levee. They shot, the bullet traveled, like ricochet, traveled up the levee and hit the kid and killed him. First of all, you should be paying attention what is behind you. In front of you, because just like driving. But obviously, so this poor child is dead. These men hopefully they have a conscience. They have to live with it. And like I said, it's right around the holidays, unfortunately. And now you have a family member that has lost their 13-year-old, and you have 2 other people that are in jail. They might be great guys. They might be great guys. I don't know them. Like I said, I don't think they did anything on purpose. Probably the kid ended up dead. You're responsible for the bullet. So if you go out target practice, remember that. Pay attention to what's behind the target. So, on to the next one. We had a local rapper, tied to deadly double shooting along a rural stretch of the Amite River. They've had a lot of rappers get killed and stuff this past year. Being a rapper must be really fucking dangerous, or just they're really stupid. I'm going with the stupid part. I like some rap music. I don't like that mumble rap shit and stuff. And I'm not too much into gangster crap. I'm more the old school. Back when we were in DMC and stuff was. I mean, I'll listen to some of the new stuff, but not much. But anyway, these rappers, for some reason, I don't know if they believe their own shit or what, but they're either getting killed or getting arrested for killing somebody. This happened in a very small parish. In St. Helena Parish, this rapper who was known around town as his rap name was Monkey, and he is wanted in a connection with a deadly double shooting back in October. They said the rapper, whose real name is Jermaine King, was involved in the shooting death of one person and the shooting and injuring of another person on Calmees Road. Calmees Road is a stretch of road between sand and gravel pits along LA 63. The sheriff's office has not yet released the shooting victims' names. They described King as a very violent person with a history of involvement in violent crimes. He has outstanding warrants from September 7th for possession of a stolen firearm, illegal use of a firearm, and aggravated assault. He's also wanted on charges of armed robbery and murder for another incident. No further details in the case those cases were provided. They say he is from Baker, Louisiana, has ties to Baton Rouge and St. Helena. King should be considered armed and dangerous, according to the sheriff's office. And now he's wanted also now for armed robbery, murder, and attempted armed robbery and aggravated battery upon his arrest. This dude, serious menace to society here. Looking at a picture of him, don't look like a real bright guy. I went on YouTube and stuff like that and tried to see, I ain't sound no rap. He must be a real local rapper. Because I couldn't find anything on him at all. Rap wise, sure it probably sucks anyway. And unfortunately, they'll probably make a deal with this piece of shit, and he won't do that much time when he is caught, and he'll be back on the streets trying to kill more people because obviously his mentality is not where it needs to be. This next story here, it is like this story is fucked up. And as I said before, it's getting real aggravating, the amount of law enforcement people that are doing stupid, fucked up shit and getting themselves arrested. We have a hard enough time as it is now, with a bad stigma on us in law enforcement and everything else. We having these dumbass cops. I don't even know how these motherfuckers got in law enforcement. Some of these people are so stupid. I'm just glad they're getting caught, And the old cliche saying, every good cop hates a bad cop. I mean, yeah, it's true. But I don't know how these people are getting hired. They make us take, all these freaking tests now and all this other shit, supposedly, to see if you, can mentally, or if you got a, possibly homicidal tendencies or something like that. Well, obviously it ain't working, is it? So anyway, this one, deputy constable. I mean, they're in law enforcement, but it's not like a cop. The deputy constable in Baton Rouge was arrested and fired after, what did they do? They were kicking and spitting on another cop. There's a picture of this person up here too. It looked like a dude at first, but it's a female. Baton Rouge police officers arrested and charged a Baton Rouge deputy constable with disturbing the peace and resisting an officer after she allegedly kicked and spit at him. Officers arrested Jabrinka, I'm guessing that's how you say it, Jabrinka Roberts, and charged her with disturbing the peace, resisting an officer, and battery on an officer, and theft. It happened on November 13th. The police department responded to South Sherwood Forest Drive at the Daiquiri Cafe. I didn't even know that place was still open. At around 2 a.m., closing time. At about a shooting and a fighting in the parking lot. So somebody actually squeezed the fucking round off. Was it this person? By the time the officers arrived, the fighting had ended and the majority of the customers had left the area. Officers saw 3 women arguing with 2 male employees. The men were asking the women to leave, but they refused because they didn't want to, I guess. And we just do what we fucking want to do nowadays in this world. Some people think they don't have rules. According to the arrest documents, one woman said she was trying to find her cell phone. Well, bet you should have kept up with your shit. Roberts is then accused of walking up to the men in a hostile way, pointing and using profanities. Oh, you stupid motherfucking shit, blah, blah, I'm sure she was saying. That's when officers told Roberts to go to her car, where she told the officers, fuck that car, after allegedly continuing to be loud and belligerent. Authorities told the group of women to go to their car. 2 other women attempted to grab Roberts and told her to go to the car, but she allegedly violently pushed them away. So obviously, this woman allegedly can't handle her alcohol and turns into a biatch when she is fucking drunk. Officers said they could smell alcohol on Roberts. When one of the officers tried to arrest her, she started to pull away. Thus, here we come with the resisting part. That's when officers had to force her into the police car before they could cuff her. I don't understand why they put her in the car before they could cuff her. Don't know. When officers started advising Roberts of her Miranda rights, she started, fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck. The deputy constable was then transported to the police department, where she allegedly fought officers at the precinct and refused to let them see her wallet to get her name. She also refused to tell them her name. Officials say Roberts was kicking so violently that her pants began to fall down her leg past her shoes. That's when we saw her cock. No, I don't know. She probably thinks she has a cock from the pictures I'm seeing, but anyway. While dealing with Roberts, she was belligerent and hostile, as she used profanities, calling me out by my name, the officer wrote in his report. I sustained a minor cut on my right pointer finger due to Roberts' actions. While in the back seat of my patrol car, Roberts spit through my cage and on my door. Must have an old school cage or something like that. I don't have one. I don't transport no more, but if ours are plexiglass, even with the side shields. When officers got a call about a cell phone that was taken from the daiquiri shop and it pinged at the police department. Well, how'd that happen, right? So this bitch stole somebody's phone also. The cell phone owner arrived at the precinct to claim her phone and told officers that 3 women at the daiquiri shop beat her up and she lost her phone in the process. The phone owner said she wanted to press charges on Roberts for taking her phone. Unfortunately, Karen did reach out to Baton Rouge Constable's office for comment, but as of this report, no response yet. Roberts has been fired at the constable's office. I don't know how long she's been employed there. This woman is a complete disgrace and should never be able to wear a badge. She probably should never wear one in the first place if you're going to conduct yourself like this. I enjoy my whiskey. I enjoy drinking. I also know not to act like it. I don't go out and get drunk, for one thing. And if I do want to get drunk, I'll do it at home. But if you can't handle your alcohol, don't fucking get drunk. And you know you can't handle it before you get drunk because you done stupid shit like this before. I'm just glad that she's no longer employed. She's a disgrace to any badge that she would put on. So fuck her. On to another law enforcement person that people just can't seem to fucking do right now. I don't know. Like I said, it's like the upside down world, Matrix glitching or something, because this shit's just totally fucked up. We're going to go across the river to Port Allen, Louisiana. Sources told the News Investigative Unit that the West Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office employee, Mandy Miller, admitted to stealing money after 2 different investigations began months ago tied to allegations that she was stealing. The sources that spoke to the news on, condition of anonymity said at least $150,000 was missing. So this woman just didn't steal just a little bit of money. And that's bad by itself. $150,000 of money. Mandy Miller, who earns, now this is what I get now, she earns more than $70,000 a year at the West Baton Rouge Sheriff's Office for processing ticket payments. So basically she's a secretary and she's making over $70,000 a year. I guarantee they got people working on the street that carry guns out there that don't make that much. 2 months ago, she was placed on administrative leave with pay as the Louisiana Legislative Auditor launched an investigation in the district attorney's office and the state police. If there's a criminal activity, they will be prosecuted, the district attorney said. The public should be aware that they are checks and balances. This case involves the sheriff's office. Miller has been employed with that sheriff's office for at least 24 years. Calls to her attorney and her in the sheriff's office were not returned. They have said they had colleagues at the sheriff's office that want to know why the sheriff is allowing her to stay on payroll after she admitted to taking money. No charge has been filed yet. $150,000 she stole, and this woman is making over $70,000 a year for processing tickets. Okay. Just fucking insane. Anyway, another thief. Anyway, this next one, we're across the bridge over here still in Port Allen. Port Allen is jumping lately, huh? This involved a car chase, and a man that was fleeing law enforcement, he got hurt in his car chase. How did he get hurt? I don't know. Because he jumped off the fucking bridge. They said the chase unfolded on LA1 shortly before 7 p.m. when deputies saw Jose Ramirez, driving near over 80 miles an hour down a nearby service road. Ramirez crashed the vehicle before jumping off the Intercoastal Canal Bridge. Guess he... Stupid motherfucker. I'm sorry. Authorities said Ramirez survived the fall and was taken to a hospital with what appears to be some broken bones. According to the sheriff's office, deputies suspected the man may have been an undocumented immigrant. No shit. Once he's released from the hospital, he will be booked with resisting an officer, reckless operation, aggravated criminal damage to property, improper lane usage. They should get him for trespassing for jumping off the fucking bridge too. Now, from what I understand, I've talked to some people that it says, oh, he got a few, he got a few broken bones. Like I heard it was like a 60-foot drop. I guess maybe he thought he was over water when he jumped. Oh, my bad. You missed the water, obviously. Hit the ground, 60 feet. They said one of his palms looked like it just exploded, bone sticking out here. And couldn't find out. Don't know if he's going to get released. From what I understand, he was going to maybe not make it out of the hospital breathing anyway, because I think he found he is having some internal bleeding issues going on and stuff like that. Hold on, I'm going to check my pockets here. Nope. Check my other pocket. Nope. Back pocket. Nope. I was checking for any fucks I could give about this piece of shit. Seems like I'm a lot of fucks to give. So, guess he's just shit out of fucking luck. Don't run. Don't jump off of fucking bridges. He fucked around. He found out. And when he jumped off the bridge and hit the land, that was called, he met karma. Came to a dead, complete stop really fast. So, I mean, I'm sorry. I just, call me a dick, an asshole. I don't give a fuck. I just don't have no feelings for that motherfucker. I mean, did it to himself. And jumped off a fucking. So somebody actually say, "Why don't you jump off a bridge?" Well, he fucking did. No, that's I saw another news story pop up. That's all the ones I had written down for the evening. Me and Hostera were going to do them the other day, but ended up didn't do it. So do have one on here. It says a new one. Plaquemine police chief got indicted by a grand jury, and they booked him for malfeasance in office. We'll see where that one goes. This police chief over there is accused of asking a girl to give him a blowjob, and he would drop the charges against her boyfriend. His word against her word. So not really going to talk about that one much, and we'll see how that turns out in court. Got some stuff going on with the food stamp cards. Saying be careful with fraud on that. Here's one about another car chase. Two people died this past yesterday afternoon, after a crash that stemmed from a police chase by a sheriff's office. Sheriff's office said deputies were chasing a driver, a 27-year-old Benjamin Fontenot, along LA 16, who had outstanding felony warrants. Fontenot's truck hit another car along LA 16 near Sims Road. Two passengers in the truck, a 25-year-old Cullen Petrie and a 27-year-old Logan McDonald, died at the scene. Fontenot and the occupants of the other vehicle were taken to the hospital. Upon his release from the hospital, Fontenot will be booked with 2 counts, negligent homicide, 2 counts of negligent injuring, yada, yada, yada. Driver under suspension, all kind of stuff. They said the sheriff's office revealed the deadly crash was the result of the pursuit 3 hours after the wreck. Now they're trying to bash on the sheriff's office down here. Let me explain something to you. Because I know where this story's, where this fucking news outlet's trying to say it's the sheriff's office fault that these people got killed. No. I'm going to give you my opinion on it. Of course, I'm a cop, but I'd also call out cops and stuff in departments when I think when in my opinion, they're not doing right. They probably going to get sued by the 2 dead people's family. It's y'all's fault. Y'all were chasing them. Y'all could have just let them go and went and got them another time. Well, obviously, it takes a while because he had these warrants out for him, and obviously he's running, so he's not going to go turn himself in. The person's fault, the reason that these 2 people died in the vehicle, passengers of the guy that was running, the reason they're dead is because shit for brains decided he didn't want to go to jail that day, and he was going to run from the police. I'm just glad the innocent people did not get killed. They got hurt, did get killed, but the person's fault for this crash is the idiot that was running. Oh, y'all could just, y'all don't have to chase them. If that's the case, if we say, okay, we'll be like Chicago. I mean, you got to get permission to fucking walk after somebody. If it's just a mandatory thing, oh, well, if you run, the cops won't chase you. Guess what? Every fucking Tom, Dick, and Harry, when you go to arrest them or pull them over, they're just going to run. They're just going to run. But nobody will stop because then it's like, well, they can't chase me, so I'm just going to run. Yeah. Don't make much sense, does it? But the way times is, they're going to try to blame the department. It's not the department's fault. It's the driver of that vehicle that was running, his fucking fault. But that's just my opinion. What do y'all think? Or write an email, drop a line or something. Let me know what y'all think about it. I don't believe it's the driver's fault. Looks like they had a parent murder suicide in Denham Springs. They investigating today. A 74-year-old man reportedly killed a woman before shooting himself in the parent murder suicide Monday night. Investigators said the bodies were discovered around 10 p.m. Monday on Acadiana Avenue. The sheriff's office identified the two as a 73-year-old Patricia Blue and a 74-year-old Carl Altazan. A few details were released about the shooting, but deputies said it appeared that Altazan shot Blue before killing himself. They said they had a report of they had gotten into an argument earlier that day. They were longtime acquaintances. Altazan had been arrested in 2016 and 19 for 2 different counts of domestic violence. So this guy obviously had a violent history. Unfortunately, now this lady's dead, and well, at least he is. So good for him for being dead, but not for the woman. Again, too close to the holidays for all this stuff. It's never good to be shooting and killing people, though. Oh, here we go, another one in Baton Rouge. An argument over social media post leads to a woman shooting at a car that had kids in it. So last week or so, we've had 2 of these now. They arrested her Monday after the argument over social media post prompted her to threaten another woman, beating on the window of the car and shooting at the car. The victim was Whitney McKay, 29. He arrived at her job and began threatening her over a social media post. During the argument, the victim said McKay viciously, and that was the person doing it, not the victim, viciously attacked and said McKay viciously attacked and beat her. She allegedly went back to her vehicle, grabbed a handgun, and used it to beat on the window of her vehicle. The victim, along with the witness, also said that McKay shot the handgun at the victim's car, which had a 12-year-old child inside. She was booked on 3 counts for attempted second-degree murder, 1 count of criminal damage to property, 1 count of simple battery. I mean, what the fuck is the post? Come on, people. Come on. We got to do better. We have to do better. All right. Well, they got some other ones, but we're at almost 50 minutes. I hope y'all enjoy this extra one, me going off and ranting and raving. This Sunday's episode, I'll be putting out. I do have a guest, interviewed him today. He's a great guy. He has his own podcast and YouTube channel. We'll get into that, but that'll be released Sunday. If you listen to this tonight or in the morning, already morning, come back Wednesday night tonight for the live show, 7 p.m. Central, and come check that out. I know me and Holster will be here. I believe Freeburg should be here. I'm not sure who will be here, being at Thanksgiving week. But come hang out with us with the live show, vote on the hot nut story and stuff like that. And everybody, till tomorrow, stay safe, watch your back, watch your partner's back. And remember, don't lie, tell the truth, and be the lion.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this,
this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I've got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.